hang on. Why is that corn shorter than that corn?
Do you know, you're very observant. Most people will just walk by that and not realise that this area has been nibbled. Can you see where it's nibbled the corn? And it being rabbits. And of course rabbits come out at dusk and dawn to feed. And they'll come out from the woodland at the back, they'll creep into the field and nibble away at the corn. And just to prove this corn is their corn and they want to be eating it, they are often deposit their dung, and you can see it here, all the little drop-ins on a high object, and that's the display to all of the rabbits around here. This is mine. Excuse me, keep off. We've been warned, come on, let's go. I'm coming. Oh, these young uns.
Wow! What's made the hole that big?
Well, there's not many creatures can make a hole that big, but this belongs to a badger. And that's that fabulous creature. Got a black and white head and a lovely grey body. And it's got a shape of a tunnel. And they'll be digging that out. And in fact, we're on the edge of a woodland here. And in there, I bet you there's loads and loads of holes. And of course, what it's done is dug out right to the edge of this field. And in there will be a labyrinth of tunnels, chambers for breeding, chambers for sleeping. And I bet you there's a whole family under there. So we don't want to be we don't want to wake them up, do we? I tell you what though, you can see when they go off hunting. Look, there's a badger path over there. Let me show you this. Now this is what I mean. Now this is a badger path. Now if we just stop for a minute, let me show you. Now this looks visual to us, don't it? But to a badger, it's a smell trail. Now badgers come out of the set at night, right? They've got very poor eyesight, so they're not following this with their eyesight, they're following it, they're like me, got a big nose, right? And what they do, they squat for a few seconds and deposit a musky odour all along this path. So when they come out at night, it's like a train. They get on the tracks and they follow this path, and it most probably leads to perhaps where they go for a drink, or it might lead to their dung pits where they do their business and all this thing. So these are visual to us, but to a badger, it's a smell trail. And if you think about it, if you go back thousands of years ago, you know, before we had highways, these would have been the first highways that man might have followed in a woodland. Fantastic, isn't it? Come on, let's go. Let's see what else we can find.
One more thing about badgers.
Yep.
Why do they have black and white stripes?
On the head?
Yeah.
To be honest, we don't really know, but we think, we're pretty sure. Do you know other animals and insects with stripes, like skunks and snakes and lizards and bees and wasps? If they've got a stripe, they've got something a bit nasty to offer. And we reckons that the badger, which has got a very powerful bite, that's most probably why it's got that striped face. So there you go, but we're not sure.
I love getting wet.
You got to be joking. I tell you what, last time I got wet, I got wet right through, and your underpants did an half chafe. We stop in here.
What's that?
What we got there then? Oh, it looks like some animal dropping. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's not. I tell you what this is. These are owl pellets. Tawny owl pellets. Somewhere right up there is a tawny owl. Now when he's had his fill and he's swallowed lots of mice and birds and all sorts of things, what he does is regurgitate all the bones, the fur and the feather, and throws it up as a pellet. And that's what it's done as he's sat up there, and they just dropped out there. So it's what this is telling us, that there's a tawny owl regularly up there. Oh, I tell you what, look at that as well. Just across there, look, there's a Scots pine, and that's come from it. Do you know what it is?
No.
Right, this is called a cone, right? Not a cone that you have an ice cream in. This is a cone, okay, and squirrels, and in this area the big grey squirrels, have pulled back all those little pieces there to get to the seed behind. And it's just like peeling the banana. And then when he's had his fill, he throws it away. Have you had your fill yet?
No.
Come on then, let's go. Oh, hang on, I forgot my...
your bag.
Oh, I know.
Hang on, why is an oak tree growing in the middle of a field?
Well, I'm glad you've noticed that, because if you look round, there's no oak trees anywhere around here, so how does an acorn get there and start an oak tree off? Well, it's quite simple. There's a bird called the jay, right? And the jay in the autumn loves acorns, and it fills its crop full of acorns, and what it wants to do is bury them ready for the winter, because when the winter comes, you know, there's no food, so it buries them all over the place, and then it remembers, or tries to remember, where it's buried them. But of course, when you're a bit of a bird brain, you sometimes forget, don't you? That's one jay that's planted an oak tree as a future.
Wow, what are dinner plates growing out of a dead tree?
They do look like dinner plates, don't they? But these are bracket fungi. And I mean, I'm a fungi, but not as fungi as these are. And what you're seeing here, that is called that is the flowering head, right? And its main system is all in this log, and it's called the mycelium, right? They're like its roots, and that's slowly eating and devouring all this rotting log. But when it's time to set out its seeds or its spores, it throws up its flowering head, and they all drop from underneath, and they cast away into the wind. Wonderful but dinner plates, aren't they? Come on.
Can you hear the thunder?
I reckon it's going to rain, don't you?
Yeah.
Come on, get that chain off. Let's get home before we get wet. And let's go and put the kettle on. Come on.